This is a CBS7 First Alert Weather Day. Now, an update from the First Alert Weather Center.
Well, it looks like the threat of severe weather has started to move away from West Texas. Want to get you up to date, though, on some of the damage that occurred with that severe thunderstorm that produced up to golf ball size hail across the city of Midland. This is a look from downtown showing you plenty of windows knocked out. There's one on the side of a building up high pretty good, and also some glass shattering in one of those turnstile entryways at one of the buildings. And we've got numerous reports of severe weather as the winds were rather strong. They were up around 60 miles an hour plus in gusts across the Permian Basin, gusts of 61 in and around the Big Spring area. And rainfall amounts today, while we did not pick up a lot right across the Midland Odessa area, some of it was mixed up with some hail. 11/100ths to start the day and around the Alpine area, then nearly 1/10 of an inch across the Permian Basin. Got a little heavier though over towards Greenwood, Stanton, Big Spring, 1/2 inch of rain and 1.21 inches so far in and around La Mesa. Here's a look at the current radar showing you that the bulk of the shower thunderstorm activity moving into the big country now. In extreme northeastern Permian Basin, the flash flood warning we had earlier for Big Spring is now expired. Still one here across portions of Mitchell County from around Iatan Road exit to Westbrook. We're seeing flash flood warning possibilities. And also a severe thunderstorm warning continues to affect across rural sections of central Terrell County west of the Terrell County gas plant for quarter-size hail, wind gusts up to 60 miles an hour. But overall, though, starting to see a decreasing trend in a lot of the showers and thunderstorms. Now, the severe thunderstorm watch continues in effect across the lower Trans-Pecos and into Brewster County. The Permian Basin has been cleared out of this for the time being, so the threat of large hail, strong damaging winds continuing again across portions of Terrell County, and that goes until 10 o'clock tonight. Winds currently out there, not all that bad. They're starting to calm down a little bit. Still some gusts upwards of 28 miles an hour as that dry line retreats to the west. And we are looking at some cooler temperatures out there, mid to upper 70s across the Permian Basin with a nice cool 70 in Big Spring. Cold fronts on the way, and that's going to mean more thunderstorms in our forecast tomorrow. We'll get you up to date on that coming up here in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Tom, and thanks for joining us for CBS 7 News on the CW and live on the CBS 7 YouTube. I'm Alexandra Macia, and we continue our news tonight with a look at the storm damage in Pecos. Last night and today, many of our viewers sent us photos and videos of the hail damage out in Pecos. Hail in the area ranged in size from a golf ball to a baseball. Because of the size of the hail damage, it was extensive all over Pecos.
Got hit pretty bad too as well, and water started leaking, and now there's water was leaking into the rest of the car there, and my cup holders and seats and everything. And then thank God nothing happened to the windows here, but right here, my back window got it pretty bad too as well. I'm scared this is gonna break soon while I'm driving, but yeah, I see that right there.
The storm last night produced winds of up to 60 miles per hour, which led to a lot of damage in the area. And because of that, insurance companies heard the phones go off this morning.
I am up to about 7 claims right now for property, mostly roofs and autos. I have several businesses in Pecos that have been impacted very heavily. My mother is also an agent in Pecos, and she's got 25 plus and climbing. So
if you've received any damages, reach out to your insurance. Car claim prices can range between $7,000 to $10,000. And tracking crime, Ector County Commissioner for Precinct 1, Mike Gardner, was arrested after firing a gun during a wedding in Nebraska over the weekend and accidentally hitting his 12-year-old grandson with a blank shot. The boy is in the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Deputies say the blank was created with glue and black powder, and the glue is likely what injured the child. The Lancaster County Sheriff's Department says Gardner and the child were at a wedding when Gardner, who was the officiant, fired a blank shot from a revolver to get the attention of the wedding guests. The gun slipped and went off and hit his grandson in the shoulder. Gardner turned himself in on Monday, and he is facing a charge of child abuse for negligently firing a firearm and causing an injury. And Ector County Judge Dustin Fawcett says that Gardner will be in Odessa on Monday to make a public statement on the accident. CBS7 will be in attendance and will, of course, keep you updated as the story develops. And Odessa police are on the hunt for the man accused of robbing an Odessa gas station. Investigators say this man went into the Llama convenience store at West County Road and 8th Street. He asked the store clerk for some change for the tire machine, and when the clerk opened the cash drawer, he lunged over the counter. The two fought, causing injuries, according to police. If you know who this man is, call Odessa Crime Stoppers at 333-8477. And happening tomorrow, the federal government is planning a nationwide test of the emergency alert system at 1:20 Central Time. The test will include wireless emergency alerts in addition to television and radio. You should also receive a text message telling you it's only a test. This will mark only the second time the federal government has sent the alert to mobile phones. Again, the alert is tomorrow, and it's only a test of the National Emergency Alert System. And all new at 9, the Odessa Hispanic and Black Chamber of Commerce came together to host a series of events for the community this week on voter registration. All they want is for people to get out and vote in the upcoming election.
Some of the politicians or candidates that has lost races by one vote. You say my vote doesn't matter? Yes, it does.
Odessa voter turnout was less than 15% in the last election.
Voter apathy is something that is a problem across the country. We just need to see what we can do to try to get people better educated, to make sure they understand the process of voting, get them registered to vote, get them to the polls.
For the first time, the Odessa Chamber of Commerce, Black Chamber of Commerce, and Hispanic Chamber of Commerce are hosting a series of free community voter registration and education events.
Election we had, the numbers were horrendous. So we're to the point that we said the only way we can get those numbers up is to team up, work together, and not tell people how to vote. We just wanted them to come out and vote.
Local leaders discuss the school bond proposals and proposed Texas constitutional amendments that will be on the ballot in November.
People put so much emphasis on the presidential election and they talk about that, and it's very important. But also local elections are extremely important, and people need to take advantage of this freedom that we have to be able to go and cast a ballot.
The final event is Thursday, October 5th from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Wilkerson Boys and Girls Club. There's only about 5 weeks left until the election, and early voting begins October 23rd. In your education news, retirees from 22 West Texas counties met in Midland this morning to discuss Proposition 9, a ballot item set for November's election. It would give retired teachers a 2 to 6% increase to their monthly pensions. The proposition received sweeping bipartisan support in the state legislature, but the $3.3 billion needed to fund it breaks a spending cap. That means all Texans have to weigh in. The $3 billion to fund the increases would come from the Texas General Revenue Fund, so it wouldn't raise taxes. Depending on when the teachers retired, they could receive a 2 to 6% increase. And many school districts in Texas don't pay into Social Security, so retired teachers depend on their pensions through the teacher retirement system. The average pension is about $2,100 per month.
We have not caught up with the inflation. You know, we have those that gave so much to the education, and it's just like they've been forgotten.
TRTA says older retirees struggle the most as their pension is based on their salary, which was lower because of the typical wages at that time. The association hopes to energize its members and voters about Prop 9 and encourage people to vote. In your oil and gas news, if you're an oil field worker that feels out of shape or tired all the time, this program may be for you. PetroFit is a program that helps oil and gas workers get in great shape with routines that follow their long-hour schedules. The idea to start this program came after the founder, Nick Burns, started to work with oil field companies. He noticed the employees' eating habits were bad and most of them were out of shape, which is why he decided to make a change in the health of the oil and gas industry.
This is a need, and this is an industry that is hungry for it. And I think just by us providing a solution for them, and now finally our word is getting out there in PetroFit, and everyone's kind of just reaching out for more help and then asking how we can help them.
The way they approach each individual depends on what their goal is, whether it's losing weight or gaining muscle. They have over 200 clients at the moment that have achieved or are currently en route to reaching their fitness goals. And mark your calendars. It's almost time for the Texas Size Garage Sale. The annual fundraising event is put on by Senior Life Midland, and it creates enough revenue for 1/3 of the meals that the organization produces annually. Today, hardworking volunteers were given the first chance to walk through and purchase items for all ages, while also giving to a great cause. The event opens to the public October 13th and will continue through the 14th, 17th, and 19th. You'll find affordable clothing, shoes, furniture, antiques, holiday decorations, tools, and rows of other items.
You know, our warehouse is full of items that have been collected from the community all year long, and it's packed full of anything from antiques to books to home goods, children's clothing, you name it, we have it.
Volunteers are still needed to help out with the Texas Size Garage Sale. If you or your organization is interested in helping out, call Senior Life Midland. And now for a look at today's top headlines shown here in real time with real viewers on CBS7.com. See all these stories and more by downloading our app or visiting our website at CBS7.com. And still ahead, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy was ousted from his leadership position in a historic vote. Hear from the former House Speaker next in your news across the nation on CBS 7 News at 9. For the first time in U.S. history, the Speaker of the House has been removed from his position as the leader of the chamber. By a vote of 216 to 210, that throws the House into unprecedented territory and in search of a new Speaker. CBS News correspondent Skylar Henry is on Capitol Hill with the latest.
The office of Speaker of the House of the United States House of Representatives is hereby declared vacant.
In a dramatic showdown, the House ousted Kevin McCarthy from his job as Speaker, making him the first Speaker ever removed by a House vote. McCarthy spoke Tuesday evening, announcing he will not seek another run at the position.
I will not run for Speaker again. I'll have the conference pick somebody else.
Chaos is Speaker McCarthy.
McCarthy's key GOP rival, Matt Gaetz of Florida, sparked the historic move by forcing the vote on the motion to vacate.
The reason Kevin McCarthy went down today is because nobody trusts Kevin McCarthy.
You all know Matt Gaetz. You know it was personal.
The now former Speaker angered right-flank members of his party by working with Democrats on a funding bill to avoid a government shutdown. Before today's vote, McCarthy said he was prepared for the outcome.
Keeping government open and paying our troops was the right decision. I stand by that decision. At the end of the day, if I have to lose my job over it, so be it.
Moments after the vote to remove McCarthy, his close ally, Patrick McHenry of North Carolina, was named Speaker pro tempore. Over the weekend, the country just narrowly avoided a government shutdown, but that fix was only temporary. The clock is ticking. That short deal runs out in 43 days. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Only 8 Republicans voted to vacate the chair, but 208 Democrats refused to come to McCarthy's rescue and save his speakership. He served as Speaker for just 9 months.
Well, we are going to be looking at more of the same. More scattered showers, thunderstorms. Very severe weather is going to hang around in the forecast. We'll get you up to date on it next.
This is a CBS7 First Alert Weather Day. Now, an update from Chief Meteorologist Tom Tieferteller.
Well, let's take a look at our live iCam in Big Spring. We're going to set on this just a second, and of course, we get on air. There's the lightning, okay, associated with a strong thunderstorm up in portions of Scurry County, really flickering the night sky up there. You can see some anvil crawlers moving through every now and then, and pretty good show. Look off to the north. You can see that, as that's all that's left from the scattered showers and thunderstorms. It did drop close to 1/10 of an inch of rain across the Midland Odessa area, more than 1/2 an inch in Big Spring, and 1.21 inches in the Lamesa area. Alpine also seen a little bit, 11/100ths, but that really does represent all the rain that fell across the area. But the storms were kind of fast moving, and again, a lot of it's really winding down. Still have flash flood warnings here right along Interstate 20 in Mitchell County. There's that storm northwest of Snyder that's producing a lot of lightning on our iCam in Big Spring. As you can see, a lot of it's really starting to wind down in intensity as it does move into the big country. We still have a couple of strong severe storms roaming across from southern Pecos County into areas across northern Terrell County between Iraan and Dryden. A couple of strong thunderstorms moving across into the east out in some rural areas, so that's why we're still carrying out severe thunderstorm warning. There's a big trough of low pressure here that's been sending disturbances across, interacting with a dry line, so that's what's been kicking off the storms. Some severe here last couple of afternoons, and it looks like tomorrow probably won't be too different, as we're finally going to see this trough swing a cold front through, and that's going to be our first big fall cold front of the year. Now, the scattered showers and thunderstorms again on the decline across most areas. Also had some heavier rain around Houston a little bit earlier today, as temperatures across the state not all that bad, as we do have that what's going to turn into the cold front, the stationary front to our northwest. The dry line's moving off to the west, so we're seeing some mild conditions right now. And across the state, not too bad on temperatures. Currently 75 out at the Middle National Air and Spaceport, so rain trying to help cool things off a little bit. Now, the West Texas Futurecast showing pretty quiet overnight tonight as showers and storms move off to the east. Tomorrow, though, as that front starts to get a little closer, we start to kick off the showers and thunderstorms across the low-rolling plains back into parts of the Permian Basin and the Trans-Pecos. And some of these could be strong to severe as they do move across. Watching out for large hail, strong damaging winds as everything does move it to the east through the evening hours as that front swings through West Texas and bringing some fall temperatures. Severe weather outlook for tomorrow. Anywhere in the yellow shaded areas, scattered severe thunderstorms are possible with the threat of large hail, strong damaging winds, and also we'll have to watch out for scattered areas of flash flooding in our forecast. So that includes a large part of West Texas into southeast of Mexico. Done with thunderstorms for tonight. We'll see those temperatures settle in right around 70 on the overnight low tomorrow, mid to upper 80s on the way. And then we'll see the daytime heating help kick off those showers and thunderstorms as that cold front arrives into the area. Your CBS7 First Alert exclusive 10-day forecast showing you a big decline in temperatures. Look at that, down to 77 on Friday. Nighttime lows settling into the 50s. So it's going to be a nice fall weekend before we get back to really where we should be this time of the year next week. But it looks like we've broken the weather pattern of the 90s for a while at least.
Still ahead this morning, the winners for the Nobel Prize in Physics were announced. We have their names and their discovery next on CBS 7 News at 9. 3 scientists have won the Nobel Prize in Physics for their research into electrons in flashes of light. The Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences announced a prestigious honor in Stockholm. Pierre Agostini, Frank Krauss, and Anne Luhier created flashes of light that are short enough to take snapshots of electrons' extremely rapid movements. Before them, it was thought to be impossible to follow electrons. Agostini is a professor at Ohio State University. His colleagues are from Germany and Sweden.
The Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences has decided to award the 2023 Nobel Prize in Physics in equal shares to Pierre Agostini, The Ohio State University, USA, Ferenc Krauss, Max Planck Institute for Quantenoptik, Garching, and Ludwig Maximilians Universität München, Germany, and Anne Luhier, Lund University, Sweden, for experimental methods that generate attosecond pulses of light for the study of electron dynamics in matter.
The Academy praised the scientists for giving humanity new tools for exploring the world of atoms and molecules. And still ahead, a look at some Halloween decor that gave the New York Fire Department a good scare.
Well, we're probably going to have another CBS7 First Alert weather day coming up for tomorrow, as we're expecting more thunderstorms in the forecast. That cold front is finally going to arrive across the area, and that's going to bring some nice changes to our temperatures. Rain chances decrease, and we'll be looking at temperatures all the way down into the 50s for the morning lows for the first time this fall season. So some great stuff on the way coming up this weekend.
Well, I sure am looking forward to that cold weather. Thanks for joining us for CBS 7 News at 9 CW.